Yeah. Hey. Well, yeah. Goonies never say die. You know what time it is. We got horror suspense. Listen, Kevin Trav digging in the bin. Dirty Dancing and Encino Man. You never know what you'll find in Uncle Doug's bin. What's in the bin? Yeah, Uncle Doug's bin. He's got all these flicks from way back when. Marty McFly and the DeLorean. Gotta love the cage and whatever he's in. Face off Snake Guys, you know it's a win. What's in the bin? Yeah, Uncle Doug's bin. What's in the bin? Yeah, Uncle Doug's bin. What's in the bin? Yeah, Uncle Doug's bin. What's in the bin? Yeah, let's begin.
Welcome to Uncle Doug's DVD Bin, a production of Haley Bechtel Inc. LLC, the podcast where we take your favorite movies, give you the facts, tell you the plot, and there might even be a few jokes along the way. I'm your host, Kevin.
And I'm your host, Travis.
Hey!
Oh, oui, Kevin!
Oh, I appreciate your French accent, but do you appreciate mine?
Oh, I do, yes. Oui, I mean.
Why does your French accent sound just slightly Jamaican?
I'm not good at accents.
No, well, that explains. You know what? You do number one, okay, you do a great Australian accent. I've heard it.
People say that, but I'm starting to think that they've been clowning old Trav.
Well,
they've been telling me I'm doing a good job, but I'm not doing a good job.
Can't both things be true at the same time?
I don't know. One hurts my pride more than the other.
Oh, well, you're doing a great job. You do a really good Australian and a French accent. I'm really impressed.
Grazie, mate.
Whoa! Do you ever say razor blades?
Rise up lights.
Yeah, that's.
I do say that.
I get you right in that.
It's one of my favorites.
Man. Well, yeah, we're doing the French connection, hence the French accent and our connection to it. But we, before we get into that, we do have some. Travis, I think we have a little bit of changes. I guess we should let the listeners here know about.
Yeah, the inbox. I didn't even know we had a company email. Did you know we had a company email?
No, I don't even know what email is. Okay, I was just being stupid. I know what email is.
That might be the only reason I read this.
Yeah, no, you definitely need to keep the inbox or justify it. What do you do? What's the verb for an inbox?
It?
Manage. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. If you can manage the inbox, that'd be great. So we've got somebody getting in our box, huh? Was that how you say it? Is that the right expression?
When I checked the email, I did tell you. I was like, I'm going to go get in the box.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I might have misled you on that one. That was my bad.
Like a kitty cat. They just love getting in boxes.
They do. They do. But no, this one is from our new boss. The subject was just called programming adjustments, which made my skin crawl because I didn't even know you called this programming.
Ugh.
And I don't like adjusting things, Kevin. I don't like change.
No.
But it says, Kevin and Travis, as part of the ongoing corporate realignment, I have made 2 necessary changes.
Wait,
Isn't that already kind of scary?
Yeah, can I ask a question? Is that Haley or is that Mrs. Doubtfire?
I think so.
Okay.
Isn't that how she sounded last episode?
Pretty
I was
close.
trying to imitate.
Yeah, no, that's actually good. It's scary similar.
First, the old cuckoo sensor sound has been replaced with something far more irritating.
What?
This is intentional. If you find it unbearable, that's precisely the pedagogical point. I'm attempting to train you away from cursing like 2 feral men who were raised inside of a bargain bin. That's what she said. She said we're feral men because we curse sometimes.
What is
What the
Oh, that is terrible. What
I hate
the
that sound.
Is that no? Oh, God. Stop. Maybe, First of all, oh God, okay, all right. That noise is horrendous. And what does petrococlical mean?
I have no idea. I don't even know if I read it right. At first I thought it said pterodactyl.
Yeah,
and I was like, that can't be right.
That'd be cool if we could do like dinosaurs. We did Jurassic Park, so I like dinosaurs. Well, that's why. Okay, all right. So we have a new sound whenever we say. Good. It's like nails. Just nails, just in your eyes.
It just sounds like like nails in an eyeball.
Yeah, like what I imagine.
But it goes on, Kev.
Oh no!
I'll be honest. I think it gets worse.
Oh no!
It gets worse.
Worse
Second,
than that?
I would like to see. She says, I would like to see fewer silly films. This is the woman who watched Ernest with us, Kevin. She wants to see fewer silly films, and she says she wants to see more cinema of actual cultural consequence. I am not demanding unbroken austerity. I hate the way she talks.
Yeah,
but surely
wow.
we can aspire to something beautiful and beyond the sort of movie one selects while holding a novelty gas station beverage.
All right. Well, how did she know I had a Jolt Cola? First of all, weird. Does she have this thing bugged?
I don't know, but the last paragraph says, finally, I'm still evaluating whether this program should continue bearing Uncle Doug's name while Uncle Doug himself is out on a walkabout and absent. At present, I'm considering, this is what she says, I'm considering Haley's movie box, though that might be a touch too frilly. Regards, Haley.
Okay. All right. You know what? Okay.
That's a lot of change, Kev.
That's
First
a lot
the
of
cuckoo.
Yeah.
She comes after Ernest.
Now, hold on.
Now she's changing the name.
Maybe let's just try being open-minded. You know, we know Haley. She's a good friend of ours. You know, she probably just wants the best for the show. You know, just like we want. You know, we might disagree on certain things, but I mean, you know, we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. Listen, we got to be more open-minded.
You're just going to fold? You're not going to push back?
Listen, okay, Travis. What does it make you feel when I say fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's working. Whatever she's doing is working.
Kevin, promise me you showed that paperwork to the guy, right? He said this was legit.
I showed it to the guy, and he was like, "Yeah, no, this seems right." Hey,
this is
wait.
a guy you trust.
Yeah, no,
obviously.
he's super smart, high school grad.
All right.
And so anyway, he handled that. But okay, hold on, wait. I just thought of something. Okay, the cultured part. Hey, we got it covered, right? We're doing a French movie.
Yeah.
What's more culture than French?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. When we got to the bin, there were two on top. Ernest, Scared Stupid, and French Connection. Our hearts went one way, but we knew we had to go the other.
God, why did you have to remind me of Ernest, Scared Stupid? That's a top 5 movie for me, man. You know how much I love
Haley
that
said
movie?
No.
Okay.
She
Stop.
Stop. I'm sorry. It's rough.
Okay, let's just you and me. No more cursing the rest of this episode. We can do it. We'll show her.
No more poop and cursing. That's for heckin' sure.
Whew.
There we go.
Well, at least, yeah, that's terrific, Travis. At least we're doing a cultured movie. We're doing a French movie, all right? It's the French Connection. Just because I'll probably forget to mention this, I forgot to turn on subtitles for the first couple scenes of this movie, so I had no idea what the French people were saying. In the movie, I didn't know they were planning a heist. I just knew the one guy got shot with some bread. I didn't know what was going on, so that was. If you when you watch this movie, make sure you turn the subtitles on. Also,
you dumb sack of sugar.
That's so sweet of you. Well, anyway, the French Connection. The French Connection. October 9th, 1971 was the release date. Director William Friedkin. That name's familiar, isn't it, Travis?
Oh, yeah. He did the scary girl with their head on backwards, puking the green stuff.
Yeah. Written by Ernest. Hey, we got an Ernest in here even.
There he is, finally.
It's either Tidy Man or Man. Okay, really? Did we have to get a bloop on that one? Jeez. All right, fine. God.
I was like, what? What did you say?
Robin Moore, William Friedkin pitched in on writing credits, starring Gene Hackman, Roy Scheider, and Fernando Rey.
I tell you what, you can catch me, Robin, every now and then.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Sorry. This podcast is going to be unfun now.
No, we're going to figure out a way through this. We can do this together. Man, all right.
I'm not so sure.
Well, it's pretty exciting. You know what I also, Travis, I think is very exciting. Is probably the greatest segment of any podcast of all time. 6 Degrees of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where
listen,
Travis P. Terry goes from one film to the next film, vis-a-vis actors, connecting them together.
Dang. She can take away the essence of this podcast, but she will never steal our 6 degrees. All right,
okay.
This first one here, this one's all about me,
I wasn't
Kevin.
I wasn't done.
No, you're done.
Quite finished explaining.
Yeah,
do you think people
it.
understand
it?
it? Okay, it was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre episode. If you need to.
First one here, I got Travis's favorite actors connection. All right, I got my favorite actors in this movie and last. So Paul Dano was in Cowboys and Aliens. You know, pew pew, beep, 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 beep. with Harrison Ford, who was in The Conversation, a great film, with the one, the only Gene Hackman.
Whoa. You were saying the great film was Cowboys and Aliens?
No, I was saying my favorite actors were Paul Dano and Gene Hackman, and I connected them.
Oh.
That's what I said.
That's really good. Daniel.
Oh, no, The Conversation was a great film. I like The Conversation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's where I was confused. Cowboys and Aliens has Daniel Craig in it, and he's something.
Yeah. He's got a lot of face wrinkles. All right. Up next, we got The Other White Guy connection. The Other White Guy.
Oh, okay.
So Greg Kinnear was one of the other white guys in Little Miss Sunshine. He was in As Good as It Gets with Yardley Smith of The Simpsons fame.
Oh.
Lisa Simpson, who was in Listen to Me with Roy Scheider, who's the other white guy in this movie. All right.
Whoa.
White guys.
Wow. Is that a new Judd
That's right.
Apatow movie? The other white
Probably.
guy? Okay. Yeah,
Just white guys getting knocked up.
Yeah.
This next one I think you'll appreciate, Kev. I went above and beyond a little bit here.
Oh.
I got the mechanic connection. This movie and our previous movie both featured a mechanic, as did our first movie. Let's see how many movies in a row we can have a mechanic.
Some.
Yeah. Julio Oscar Machoso, I believe I said that wrong, was in Heartbreakers. He was the mechanic that told them that they hey, you don't need, just push start that old van.
Yeah.
You don't need that. He was in Heartbreakers with the lovely Gene Hackman. This is kind of a weak connection because these two guys were not in a movie. It hinged upon a guy who's already in the movie. But Gene Hackman is obviously in this movie with Irving Abrams, who plays Irv, the mechanic, in The French Connection.
Whoa.
So I connected the mechanics, but it had to be through Gene
You
Hackman.
had fun with that one, didn't you? You really...
I tried to find something weird in the middle, but hey, if it's going to hinge on Gene Hackman, I ain't going to complain.
No, you got knuckle deep in that one. You did a nice job.
I sure did. Lost my wedding ring. I have the a young lady connection, all right? We have Abigail Breslin, a young lady in our last movie. Obviously, she was Little Miss Sunshine herself. She was in Air Buddies with Patrick Cranshaw. Don't know who that is, but he was in Best in Show with Fred Willard, who I do know, R.I.P., who was in Space Force with Maureen Mooney, who was the young lady on a bicycle.
Oh, yeah. She was on
I like to connect them to the obscures.
That's pretty impressive.
She's uncredited, and I found her.
Man, nice job, Travis. And, finally, we've got an Air Bud movie in here, which is something that we've really...
Yeah.
You know what? And Haley loves dogs, so I feel like that's going to be a home run for us.
Okay, good.
So
good.
Nice job, Travis.
I guess.
I used to really criticize you strongly with just harsh language for this segment, but you have found your swagger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you found your style, and you really bring a lot to this segment of the podcast. I really appreciate it.
What do I do to the next segment, though?
It's terrible. You really need to do better. But what you do for this segment is you go out there and find those preview reviews. You go out into the wilds of the internet. You get.
That's right.
You go.
Pornhub, X-Video, you name it, I'm there.
Those are not websites that have movie reviews. Oh, I guess they actually do. Now that I think about it, they do have movie reviews. Well, you found some movie reviews for us for this podcast, right, Travis? Yeah, because again, we can't get too salacious. All right, we've got some.
No, of course not. Of course not.
We've got the governor on this vehicle. So.
People who love it. All right, and there are quite a few. It's a good movie. One of my favorites. 5 stars here from Gregzilla. This coming tax day of 2026 is fresh.
Wow.
I'll pick my feet wherever I want. Thank you very much.
Ow.
Sorry.
It's a great comment, but jeez.
Yeah.
I guess you didn't know about this whole new.
Yeah, I didn't know ahead of
effect.
time when I pulled these.
Yeah.
I did. The potties are usually pretty fun. I didn't know it would be so obnoxious. I'm very sorry.
Man.
But yeah, and if that doesn't make sense to you now, folks, it will later because Popeye Doyle has a fixation on that phrase.
Picking your feet in Poughkeepsie.
In Poughkeepsie. Next, we have a one and only Brendan O'Hare. December of 2021 with a 4.5-er. I once chased an elevated subway train with my car like Gene Hackman, going way over the speed limit, hitting other cars, running into things, etc. because I thought I saw Jerry Seinfeld writing inside. Turns out it was just an ad for Seinfeld. Live and learn.
There's a lot to pick apart there. I would just say, does anyone really want to be Jerry Seinfeld that bad? Maybe this was like 1990, 4 or whatever when Seinfeld.
It was literally 2021.
Oh boy! Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we know.
This next one, I don't disagree with the sentiment of the comment, but I'm confused as to why they left this comment and then also rated the movie 5 stars. We got 5 stars from Jizz Monkey from September 2020. The way minorities are treated in this is just terrible. Those poor French people. No wonder they're always so anti-American.
I'm not even sure where to go with that one. Like, is he means the French people are treated poorly in the movie, or like
that's what he said,
or are they
that's
like they
saying.
see the mistreatment at the hands of the Americans, and the French are like, well, we don't want our name associated with that.
He's trying to jestfully ignore that there are racial issues with other races and not just the French.
Oh yeah. This movie's rife with those.
Next, we got people meh on it. They're out there. They're watching movies, and they're leaving comments that suck. We have a 3-star from Ely, who I feel like I've read their comments before. Didn't we have an Ely in a recent episode?
Yeah.
Anyway, Ely says, with 3 stars, big movie for people who love foot chases, car chases, train chases, and subway doors closing on people's hands. Not wrong.
Dude, I swear, and we probably won't talk about this when we get there, but like the subway scene where like Elaine keeps like walking in and out of the subway door, and Popeye is trying to like keep up with him. I swear, played like a bit from the Pink Panther. It was freaking hilarious.
I know, exactly.
It was so
Pink
good.
Panther is a perfect way to sum that up. I love that. And it's not played up really for laughs either.
No, they
but
meant it
is fun.
seriously. Yeah.
Next, we have a 3 stars from I Am Blake Man, November of 2025. This guy sounds like he knows Haley. He says, like all of the William Friedkin films I've watched in my life, The French Connection takes a long time to get going. Once it does, there's some intense moments, and I love how gritty the whole film feels. Hackman and Scheider were okay, but both performances were nowhere near either of their best. The characters themselves are one-dimensional and mostly incompetent. Overall, I'm a little disappointed in this, but it was still a worthwhile watch for me, even for the car chase scene alone.
I kind of agree with him.
Boo!
Stop!
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Stop, Travis.
I'm sorry, I let my emotion.
Travis,
I'm so sorry,
I'm-
man.
Listen,
I'm still getting used to it.
If we
I'm still
can't
getting used to
have
it. I'm so
honest and forthright discourse
so
on this
sorry.
podcast, where can we have it? And I just, I like the movie, but yeah, I think it's a little slow to get
Good.
started. And
Oh, I think it's because you didn't have the subtitles on, you jerk. Come on.
yeah, you're right. I would have. That would
There
have
was
made a big
plot
difference.
unfolding.
You're right. That would have made a big difference. Our bad. This is all right.
All right, then we got people low on it, and this was amazing because this was 3 in a row, and I just took all 3 in one screenshot. It was just seeing 3 stooges right there together. We got a 1/2 star from Laura with cherry emojis at the end of her name back in 2023. 1/2 star, I was bored to death. Okay. This is Kevin over here, bored to death.
I wasn't. No, the car chase was exciting with the subway. If they did anything different in it than just him driving for 20 minutes.
We can get into it, but
Yeah, we'll get
it was an intense thing to shoot.
It would have been intense for like if it was 5 minutes long, but it went on for like 37 minutes, and he just
It's because they killed 7 pedestrians. if they killed your dad while shooting that, wouldn't you want them to show more than like 5 minutes of footage?
yeah, probably. You're right. I'm
It's
sorry.
like, use the whole bison. All right. We got a 1/2 star from Olivia back in 2021. She says, racist men running for 2 hours? Bleh. Okay, first of all, Olivia, it's 1 hour and 40 minutes, so check your watch. And 2, yeah, you're right. But come on.
it isn't the only.
There's other parts of the movie. It's not just the racist things in it.
Yeah, there's other the other racist parts.
Yeah. Gosh. Am I wrong for loving this movie?
No,
I just love Gene Hackman in it. I just want to be clear. Who is the most
yeah,
racist?
he is the worst character in the movie.
It's just a convincing role. Anyway, Half star, last one here. Half star from Bennett Fink, October 2021. Half star. I don't like French people. Simply don't like. One comment about everybody's racist, and the next comment is like, I am racist and don't like it. So,
man, I not one French person they like. I mean, what about I don't know.
Henry Cavill, isn't he French? Doesn't he count for
I
French?
don't think he's French. I think he's English, man. I was thinking like Renoir.
He comes from an
French.
island kind of near France, though. He's exotic. I'll tell you that.
He's the British man is exotic. You're absolutely. He might be Australian, actually.
No, he's not Australian. He's from a little island near France. Look it up.
Oh, is he? I didn't.
Trust me. I've looked all. I love that man. Let's put more Henry Cavill in the bin. You know?
Yeah. We'll work on that. Well, thanks for that, Travis. That was a roller coaster this time, man. Like I feel like it really brought forth a lot of the same emotions that the French Connection brought forth. You know, like boredom. So let's get jumping into.
Come on! You're not gonna. Are you gonna tell me you like Soylent Green more? Ugh.
Oh yeah, I definitely like Soylent Green a little bit more.
Oh, you're disgusting me.
A little more. I didn't say a lot more, but
worst.
yeah, I like it a little more. I think. I think those characters were more interesting. And
they
less
were. They were
one-dimensional.
eating beans.
They were.
a lot.
Dude.
Ew.
You remember when they got that one piece of lettuce and it was just like so good. You know, you felt that with them.
You watched that movie when you were still a vegetarian. I want you to watch it again now and tell me how dumb it is.
It's okay. Fair enough. I'll check it out. All right. Well, jumping into the French Connection, the plot. I love. I'm starting out with something I love. How's that, Travis? I love this.
Oh, thank God! I'm going to be all alone here in defending this film.
You're not. It's I have my criticisms, but it's absolutely an enjoyable watch. There's a real stinger of a musical score coming into this movie. I mean, it grabs you, and you're like, this movie's actually going to be good. You know, that's what you think when you're hearing the music. Because it's so exciting. Now we do get a title card in this one, Travis. I was not overly enthused about the title card. I gave it a 2, and that's just because it was there and it was slightly non-offensive. So I went below average on the title card.
I gotta go with you on that. And to be fair, I wasn't expecting much. It's this era, this type of film. They're not going to get too flashy with it, but it was a little underwhelming. Just the French Connection. So I'm with you. 2 seems right.
Yep. Well, we open up in now. How do you say this French place? Is it Marcellus? Marseille? Marseille. Okay. All right. Well,
as we'd say it from around here, that's Marseille.
That's Marseille. That's what Raphael from the Ninja Turtles said. He said, "I want some Marseille." You know what I mean?
Not any Marseille. I only got 2.
He's like, "I lost a sigh.
I have Marseille."
No, he said he lost a sigh, so he needs more sigh. Well, we open up in Marseille. And we see a guy having a snack. There's a lot of snacking that happens in this movie.
Dude.
So much snacking.
One of my biggest takeaways from this film is every scene, somebody's eating. And I'm sure that's a conscious choice, like an active thing to have on screen. But you notice it after 10 minutes.
Yeah. And it's a pretty fun. I actually really liked the introduction to this movie too, because it's kind of slow and boring for a little bit.
Oh yeah, you liked it slow because earlier you said it was boring.
Well, it kind of sets you up a little bit. So he's like, you see this character, he's eating a snack, and then he goes to like a cafe, and then he gets a baguette. That's super French, dude. Right? Like,
dude. Yeah,
you can't get more.
That's
French.
how you know he's French.
Yeah, and then he heads back to his apartment, and he's getting ready to go. I guess or he checks his mail. And Pierre, who's a character we'll get to know a little bit better later, shoots him in the face.
Dude.
And it's funny because he shoots him in the face. There's a squib, which makes it look like his head explodes, and then he's laying on the ground, and he's fine. Like, there's no obvious damage to the face. Which
the magic bullet theory.
Maybe. And I mean, maybe it just went in, and he happened to have like a ketchup packet, and then killed him beyond the ketchup packet.
It was the baguette soaked some of it up.
Oh, well, see, that's what gets me in this scene is he shoots the guy in the face, he falls down, and then he walks over and he just gets a little nubbin of bread and starts eating the bread. I'm like, ooh, that's got some like arterial spray on it or something.
I know. Or just take the whole baguette. I mean, now you're wasting so
Yeah,
much
you're
bread.
wasted. Well, maybe he got the one nubbin on it that didn't have any blood. I don't know. But anyway, Pierre.
My favorite French metal band is Blood Soaked Baguette.
Is
So
it?
shout out.
Could you just do a little bit of one of their songs?
Yeah.
That's really good, dude.
It's death metal.
Oh my god, we're getting so much culture in this. We're getting French movies, French music.
Yep.
I mentioned Renoir. Wow, we are just.
You did? Oh, you just did.
Yeah, no, I earlier. It was early. You ignored it.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we jump back to Brooklyn with Santa Claus. We see Santa, so we presume it's around Christmas time, so it's going to be cold in New York City. And he's out just talking to some kids on the street. I guess it's like maybe a Salvation Army situation. I'm not entirely sure why Santa's out on the street.
I think they're running a sting.
Well, they are, but I was trying to reveal that in due course, Travis. Yes, there's
I just thought you were...
Yeah, well, a little bit. I didn't have the subtitles on during this part, and I have a hard time with Brooklyn accents.
You couldn't even read the English? Yeah.
So we got Santa, Gene Hackman out on the street, and you've got Roy Scheider serving hot dogs. And then he decides to execute the sting. So he goes into a local establishment and just kind of starts harassing everybody as a, I guess he finds like a little bit of drugs. And I will say I do feel like there's some racial profiling going on here, because it
Absolutely.
is establishment of just like black folk, and just seem to be having a good time, and they're like, nah, let's go in there and harass these guys.
I mean, maybe it's a good time to mention it now, in that the two main cops are based on real New York cops who are also featured in this movie. Egan and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Yeah.
But they did have a reputation. There's a book about it. They had a reputation for doing this. They don't really shy away from it. And those guys are kind of proud of it. And you look back and you're like, well, if this was true to form, I don't think I'd be so proud to be in a movie about it. But apparently they racially profiled a ton. They weren't good guys. So it's not a movie about good cops, to be clear. It's supposed to be gritty and gross.
Yeah, I don't think this movie leaves you with an impression that, I mean, maybe Roy Scheider's character's okay, but Gene Hackman's
He's
character,
not that bad, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of
he pushes the limit.
Yeah, he's certainly that's a good way to put it. He pushes the limit for sure. Well, they chase a gentleman who does have some drugs on him. They eventually kind of catch him, and they beat him up a little bit for. Oh, he does slash Roy Scheider in the hand. Roy Scheider's Cloudy. It's Cloudy and Popeye. All right,
Cloudy and Popeye Doyle, my guys.
They do have other names, but let's just go with Cloudy and Popeye, because that's way more fun. And come on.
And a couple of observations at this point in the movie. One, you notice, and I love this in a movie, when characters are running and they're really running.
Oh, yeah.
Like none of that like running on a set and jogging in place kind of. Like these guys are sprinting.
And
Travis, it looks very believable, and I love it. Whoa. Okay, sorry about that.
Easy, buddy.
Also, 70s New York looks like poop.
Yeah.
That is, they highlight that a bit more. They probably go to the more gritty areas on purpose for sure, but it does. You see the contrast between now and then. It is a dingy, dirty place.
Yeah, there's a lot of like just litter strewn vacant lots in New York, and I haven't been. I think this is set in the 60s and was filmed in the 70s. And I can't say, because I never went to New York City in the 60s and 70s, so I don't really know if it's like that. But anyway,
neither did I. But it has a reputation.
How would you feel if you were a person and two police officers, one dressed as Santa, one reeking of hot dogs, decided to beat you in an alley to get information out of you? That'd be no fun, right? And they both, what I like about this scene
is rhetorical?
yeah, that was rhetorical. You don't get to answer that. Bad. You would feel bad about it. I answered it for you.
I would not feel great. You're right.
But there's no good cop, bad cop. They're both just bad cops. They're
yeah.
And this is,
I mean, there's bad cop and worse cop. I would say Doyle is definitely has the upper hand in being a jerk.
Oh yeah, he's definitely the worst. Definitely some police brutality going on here.
Yeah, it's not great.
And he does drop that line about something about pick your feet in Poughkeepsie, right? Which apparently
do you ever pick your feet? And the guy's like, what? You go, you ever pick your feet? You pick your feet. Because, like, I don't know what you're even asking me. Do I pick my feet? Like, do I choose my feet?
I actually Googled it because I was like, is that like an expression that people used at the time or whatever? And it just said this was something he did to scare people. It's like, okay, all right. I would be terrified if Santa Claus asked me if I...
You ever been to Poughkeepsie? You ever been to Poughkeepsie?
You're scaring me right now. You're scaring me right now. You're scaring me right now, man. Well...
You ever took off your shoes, put your finger between your toes, and you picked your feet? You ever done that in Poughkeepsie?
So specific. Yes.
I don't even know what he's trying to get out of this, but it cracks me up.
I think they were trying to get information about where maybe he got his drugs or whatever. But anyway, they take the guy to jail.
Yeah, I know that, but he's not. What is that question for? What is that about?
To get to well, maybe it's a misdemeanor to pick your feet in Poughkeepsie. Maybe that's. I mean, at this point,
I didn't even think about that.
Would you be that surprised if they were just making up charges? I mean, really?
No, you're right.
They're terrible. So, except for Roy Scheider, I have a hard time not liking Roy Scheider and things. But he could do better than this. Now, in the harbor back in Marseille, the two French guys are talking. It just looks like they're trying to coordinate something. Getting something finished, something done. I actually didn't know what was happening in this scene because I didn't have the subtitles on. This is about where I was like, I wonder if I'm supposed to know what they're talking about. But anyway, they're talking about union troubles, and we kind of get the idea that maybe that guy's trying to get something on a boat. And that guy is Alain, or Alain. How do you say Alain in France?
Alain.
Yeah, it's Alain. That was, was that about right?
You're sounding kind of like a car slowing down.
I feel like a car slowing down, if I'm honest with you. Well, anyway, he heads back home. He's got a gift for his lovely wife, which is a nice camera, and she has a gift. Not a goat, for him. I mean,
that would be amazing, though.
That would be pretty cool.
You brought me a gift, I bring you goat. Hey.
Well, anyway, she gives him a coat, a gift coat, if you will. Don't look a gift goat in the mouth. So he gets a nice warm coat. We find out he's planning a trip to America, which, how awful would it be to leave... Marseille, beautiful ocean, delicious French cuisine, beautiful French wife, to just go to freezing cold New York, trash-strewn garbage dump city.
Ugh, yeah.
And then while you're there, the guy dressed as Santa Claus drags you to an alley. How would that make you feel, Travis?
I don't think I'd like it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, you'd be against it, right? Well, we get that little scene between them. We get the sense that, like, he's the cool-headed kind of guy, right? Like, nice guy. We think, like, all right, well, maybe he's not a hardened evil criminal, right? He's nice to his wife. He seems cool. Well, we're gonna find out.
I think that's the playful contrast here. I mean, it's on purpose that they're doing this. Like, the cops are so far worse people than the criminal that we're looking at. Yeah.
That's a very good observation. So they're leaving the station. That's going to be Popeye and Cloudy. And they decide to go get a beverage. It takes a little arm twisting to get Cloudy to go. He's tired. His hand's been cut. But, he says, it's kind of like you and me, Trav, after a hard night of improv. I'm like, you want to get a drink? And you're like, I don't know. And I'm like, I'll cut your hand. And you're like, I'm there.
Yeah. Every time.
Works every time.
Works every time. I like my hands uncut.
Thank God you finally got that tetanus shot too. So that was a good call.
A little overdue.
So they end up at a club. It seems like a pretty nice one. The music's great. They've got a great musical group performing, and they also seem like they're regulars. Like they definitely come around this joint more than once, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. A lot of indoor smoking. A lot of whiskey.
Dude, can you imagine what bars smelled like. I guess you grew up in the same time that I did, so you kind of know what bars smelled like back then.
Probably smelled like my dad's living room.
Yeah. Like just sweaty cigarette smoke and liquor. Ugh. But
home sweet home.
Yeah. Well, he goes. Popeye goes over and kind of talks to a cigarette vendor, who's a attractive lady selling cigarettes in the club. We kind of get the feeling that he's keeping an eye on someone, and that like maybe she's going to kind of help him out, maybe get some information for him on who the person is. So we kind of see this scene play out where they're kind of watching this guy who ends up being Sal, going to be one of our main baddies or drug guys. I don't know for the rest of the film, but he's kind of keeping an eye on him. And there's some fun dialogue that happens here because poor Cloudy thinks he's just coming to get a drink after work, but he's going to end up working the whole night for free off the clock to try to catch this, this drug operation that's happening. And he's slowly realizing it as Popeye's kind of, dropping information. And he says, I think one of my favorite lines in the movie is, Popeye says, who do you think that lady with that guy is? And he's like, why, do you want to play hide the salami with his old lady? I'm like, come on, Roy. So that's basically what happens. They end up literally following them around all night. Again, this is like obsessive behavior, right, Travis?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're on the narcotics unit, so it is their job to keep an eye out for who's bringing it in, who's doing it, who's selling, who's peddling. So I guess it's not like out of the ordinary that they would do something like this, but maybe sleep sometimes and don't drink as much.
Yeah.
And maybe don't beat people that don't deserve it in the alley.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All of those things.
I just have ideas. I have progressive ideas. I don't even know if they're okay to share here. I don't know.
I'm in agreement. I don't think you should beat people up in alleys, especially if you're dressed as Santa Claus. He is a symbol of joy.
Especially.
World
What if that guy, until that moment, believed in Santa Claus?
One more. What if he still believed in Santa Claus and he thought that was him?
He'd been a bad boy.
All right. Well, anyway, they follow Sal Boca. Is the Salvador Boca around. There's a suitcase that gets dropped off at a location. That seems super suspicious. Popeye also takes time to get himself a snack. And
everybody's snacking. Everybody's putting something in their mouth every scene.
Also, it seems like, and Sal at some point switches his cars. He has kind of a nicer looking car. He kind of switches it with a more crummy looking car. It turns out it belongs to his brother. He's got papers in the back of it, so it looks like he has a paper route that he's dropping off at some point. And eventually, so all that happens kind of while they're following him, and eventually we end up back at Sal and Angie's bodega shop. I guess it's a like a short order diner, maybe. I don't know. They had some. It's a business. It's a business. Let's just say that it's a business. Travis, I
like the bodega.
Yeah,
it's called a restaurant. It has restaurant on the side.
Oh, is that okay? Restaurant. All right. I was trying to use a more cultured word like bodega. That's something that was really going to step it up for our new,
cafe.
Our
That's
new
French.
boss. Yeah, no cafe. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, so we end up back there, and we kind of just see them working, and we're like, all right, well, maybe they're into a little bad stuff, but they're also hardworking folk. Well, back in, we're going to cut away. We're going to go back to Marseille, and Elaine is going to hop off a boat. He's just taking a boat out to a middle of the ocean. It's not the middle of the ocean. It's just some random island. He's going to grab some snacks out of the
dude every time
water.
You think a scene's coming where there's not going to be a snack because you see a guy alone on a concrete boardwalk across the ocean? No, he stops along the wharf and grabs a barnacle out of the water and eats it.
He does. He sure enough does, man. And he walks up to the top of this, I don't know if it's ancient, but old-looking estate, castle kind of looking thing.
Yeah.
And
medieval, maybe even.
Medieval, yeah. I don't know Marseille.
I have no idea. No idea.
It's probably a well-known location there, and we're just dumb. But he ends up at the top, and he's talking to Pierre, And we get a few hints as to what their plans are. They're going to involve a TV personality. And this TV personality doesn't really know that he's involved. Pierre doesn't think it's such a great idea. Elaine says it's a great idea because nobody's going to check the guy twice because he's a famous celebrity. That's
it would be like if we smuggled drugs to France using Pat Sajak.
Is Pat Sajak still alive?
I think so.
Okay. It'd be easier to smuggle him if he was dead. I'm not going to elaborate on that. I'm just saying, we had to get him back to the land of his ancestors to bury him. Anyway, the movie or TV actor Henry shows up, and we just get a look at him, so we know that that's the person we're going to see later. You don't get a lot of character development for him. So back in New York City, we get a little bit of the idea that Jimmy and Buddy, or Cloudy and Popeye, as they're known to their friends, are watching Sal and Angie's place. And we get like a voiceover that just kind of fills us in on Sal and Angie. They both have kind of a criminal past. And they've been spending a lot for just owning a little kind of bodega. They've got like
Follow the money.
They've got more money than they should have. Although the place seems pretty busy, frankly.
It seems pretty busy, and honestly, it doesn't look like they've spent a ton of money on the place, if I'm being honest.
No, food looks delicious, too. Food looks really good.
Yeah, of course.
So they're kind of watching them. We get a scene where Buddy, a.k.a. Cloudy, goes in as part of his stakeout. And this is just kind of happening as time passes, and he basically offers Angie money to take nudie pictures of her. I don't know why that was in there, but that was a thing that happened. I don't know. I would feel like if you were trying to be undercover and just observe what's going on, you wouldn't want to be ingrained in the memory of somebody by like, hey, can I take naked pictures of you? Is that cool? Is that fine? But I'm not. Yeah. I'm also not a police officer in the 1970s. So
I don't think these guys are good police. I don't even think that was a strategy. I think he just wanted naked pictures of that woman.
He's just like, maybe it'll work. Maybe this time it's going to work. He's tried it before, hadn't he?
He's using his authority. Not cool.
Well, I mean, he doesn't say he's a police officer because he doesn't.
No, that's true. Yeah, that is a good point.
He just uses his lecherous. So then
now it's okay. I thought for a second I was like, "What? Gross!" But now I'm like, "Oh well."
I think it would be okay. You know what? I'm not gonna. If he was an actual photographer, and he's like, I'm gonna give you a W-2. Like I'm employing you. I think that's probably fine. But this shady under the table dealings in diners needs to stop.
Of a W5.5 if you ask me, but whatever.
I don't get it, but explain it to me later. Well, anyway, they seem more suspicious the more they investigate the folks. There's a lot going on. There's a little cat and mouse. He's driving around. They're following him. They're observing what he does. And they continue to get more and more suspicious. And then they just decide to go be racist and beat up people in a bar. And this is pretty hard to watch, I'll be honest. They're real scummy in this scene.
Yeah. Yeah, there's in addition to the racism, there's also a gross part where he goes through underneath the bar, collects all the drugs that people and all of the various paraphernalia people have hidden underneath the lip of the bar, grabs it all, puts it into a shaker, shakes it up, and pours it out of the bar. And it's the grossest pile of wet assortment of trash. Ugh.
I guess he was doing. I thought about that. I thought he was going to make somebody drink it. I was like, this man's about to murder someone.
Too far.
Yeah, but he just is just messing up the drugs, so they're not viable.
But he was apparently they were a little bit inspired to come here because they have somebody on the inside here that can give them the scoop. And that's I don't know if I'd call that a fun part, but when I realized that when he takes the guy into the bathroom and they knew each other, I did let out a sigh of relief because I was like, oh, he's not going to kill this man.
He does. You're exactly right. A guy comes out of the bathroom and he's like, what? I don't have anything on me. He's like, all right, I'm going to go. You want to get mouthy with me? I'm going to take you in the bathroom and question you. And none of what I just said sounds the way he said it. Sounds like me and this fella's going to go in the bathroom and be friends.
You sounded like a librarian telling a kid they needed to come, you know what I mean, exactly. To the principal. Yeah.
But anyway, he rousts the guy into the bathroom, and then he turns out that's his inside guy and he asks about Sal and Angie. We find out that there's not a lot of drugs on the street right now, but everybody's expecting a shipment. All right, so
Big old shipment coming in from where? I don't know.
Yeah, we're just
How much? I don't know. When's it coming in? I don't know. But it's coming.
It's coming. You got to get the...
Also, punch me in the face, Daddy, before I leave here so that they know you rough me up.
Yep. He also has to get punched in the face so he doesn't look like he is an inside man. So,
on the count of 3, hits him on 1. Not cool, man. Come on.
I don't know. That's the way I'd want somebody to do it. Like, I don't want to... Yeah.
Surprise you?
Yeah, I think that would be the better
me.
way.
Don't 1 me. I just stood up.
You really need a little more time to not be prepared, but be a little more prepared.
I need more time to be less prepared, yes.
Okay, that makes total sense. You know what? Hey, Travis, next time I punch you, I'm going to just count to 2.5.
Thank you. I've been begging.
What if I was like, all right, Travis, I'm going to punch you. I'm going to count to 20, you know? And then anytime between 1 and 20, that's when I'm going to crack you one.
It's better than cutting me. It's better than cutting my hand.
I'm starting to think maybe I'm not a good friend.
Cut that out.
I'm starting to think that maybe I'm not a good friend, and I'm sorry.
You're all right.
You know what? I'm not going to punch or cut you anymore. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll.
Can you also untie me?
Wait till the show's over. Anyway, well, back to the precinct. They want to continue to pursue this case because they found out someone named Joel Weinstock is involved. I think I'm saying his last name right. It was like Wine.
You are.
Is that right?
And also, the guy that is the chief is Bob Egan. He's the real Popeye Doyle.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's the real jerk.
That makes sense.
In the flesh.
Because he seems like a real jerk. Well, anyway, they want to keep the investigation going because they found someone named Joel Weinstock, who's a big mover and shaker, money maker kind of guy in the underworld.
He twerks on TikTok.
Yeah, there was no. Yes, he does. That's fine. That's a different Joel Weinstock. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, the Joel Weinstock in this one, mover shaker in the criminal world. But they need 2 wiretaps to continue to do this. And the chief says, all right, fine, I'll do it. It takes a little convincing, but, hey, why not? What do you got to lose? You might get a big drug.
What have you got to lose?
So
just time and effort and money?
Yeah, who cares about
tax
that
dollars?
Stuff? Yeah, you always get more tax money, Well, back in, or still in New York City, we see Henry is arrived, and he's being interviewed by the news media, so his story checks out. He's French famous,
He's so French famous, dude.
He's super French famous. Man, and, you would think, like, he'd be more handsome. He looks like someone left their cheese out for a while.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I was looking for a way to describe him, but you got it all right there.
Yeah, it's got the the fuzzy hair on top, and it's kind of melted.
Also, apparently, is something he's like the sexiest man in the world or something?
I would not say that, but maybe he might be 1970s sexy. I don't know.
But I don't know. I feel like he was. That's what the interviewer asked him. Does Mayor Lindsay know that you were voted most sexiest man in the world or something like that? I don't know. Something like
you know
that.
what?
I was
we need
this guy?
New casting. And again, maybe he's a 1970s French sexy, and we just don't get it. Well, he's being interviewed, and we see his car coming off the boat. We've all seen movies. We know the drugs are in that car. Like, that's the whole...
They're in there.
We know it.
But where, Kev? I don't know.
It's in the rocker panels, but we'll get there.
Hey, that's a big twist.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. You stole Irv's thunder.
Sorry, Irv. Might be. Well, Pierre and Alain are also in the harbor watching the car be unloaded and driven away. So we know they're involved. Drugs are probably in that car. So in the precinct, a new cop is working with the fellas. I was unclear on whether he is a federal agent or whether he works for narcotics with these guys. I was actually unclear on that because they talk about a Fed being added to the investigation, and I don't know if it was this guy or if that's somebody else that we just never see. So,
yeah, I don't know. This guy's basically just supposed to be their babysitter or something.
Yeah, to kind of keep him out of trouble. And his name's what's his name? Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, that Bill sounds like a sensible fella. He really does not like Popeye. He does not like him at all.
It's funny because in the movie you're like, God, that Bill's a jerk, but Bill's got it.
No,
Bill's right.
He's 100% got the right attitude about this Popeye Cloudy situation. Well, in the next scene, Jimmy's passed out in a bar, and
Jimmy being Popeye. Let's just call him Popeye.
Yeah, Popeye. He's passed out in a bar, and he wakes up and he decides to finish his drink and then do some drunk driving. Then he picks a girl up on a bicycle, nobody wants to have to ride a bike through trash-strewn New York City.
It's cold and trashy out there. No, sir. Get a ride.
So they end up getting to the business in Popeye's apartment.
We don't know that.
Well, we do know that. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe she just tied him up and then got naked and went to the shower.
Let me paint the scene. So it's the next, or it's probably the same morning, but Cloudy is showing up to Popeye's apartment. He knocks on the door, and he's like, "Can I come in?" And Popeye's like, "Yeah, I can't let you in. You got to let yourself in." So he uses the old credit card on the lock trick. He comes in. There's a bicycle in front of the door. He's like, "What the heck's going on?" And Popeye's in the bed naked with his his ankle handcuffed to the bed. And he's like, she tied me up, that silly lady. And can you get me my keys to my cuffs? And then the bike girl kind of comes down the hallway, sees somebody in the apartment, and is like, nah, I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with that. You do see her butt.
Yeah. You see some butt. Yeah. Some cheeks. But then Cloudy's there for business. He's not interested.
No, he's ready to try to make this arrest happen. Now they got their warrants, and they have some feds involved in the case. Now they have a little bit of dialogue about that. Now we're gonna cut to an auto yard, and there's an auto auction going on. Alain and his wife are just looking over the cars at the auction. Then we go into the auction proper, and they have enlisted the services of a rogue buyer to act as their agents, and it's a guy in a black cap, and he buys a car for them.
And he looks extremely French.
He looks very. Wow, come on.
He's got the mustache. He's got the mustache and the sunken in cheeks, and he looked like he's smoking a cigarette. He's got a little cap, a little beanie.
Perfect. Yes.
Thank you.
That sounded.
I've been working on it.
It keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better.
I mean, it'll get real good soon. Just let me keep going.
Yep. Nope. I'm not gonna.
It does look like Robert Pattinson though.
Old shovel face. Popeye and Cloudy are listening to the wiretap, and they think they've got a lock on when the shipment's coming in. So they kind of bring Bill along, and they're heading that way. And Bill's just kind of busting Popeye's chops, just kind of getting under his skin a little bit. You get the feeling that they might have a little bit of a history.
They got some beef.
They got a little beef and some cheddar.
Well,
to go with
Popeye he has a bad reputation because I think didn't he get like another cop killed or something? And
that's
so
exactly kind of what comes up here. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's rubbing it in.
Yep. So they follow Sal. They're gonna lose him. They're gonna get him back. They're gonna follow him. There's a whole bunch of stuff's gonna happen. There's a little bit of what you call the old cat and mouse.
Oh yeah, a lot of cat.
Eventually, a whole lot of catting. Eventually, they are following him on the street on foot. He meets up with the two Frenchmen. They go separate ways. Everybody starts following them. I don't know. There's just a whole lot of following people. This is like a
lot
good
of following dudes.
2.5 hour segment of this movie where people are just walking around. What did you like?
I love following dudes.
What did you like? Is that what you like? What was this exciting for you? Like, what did you get out of this scene where it's
a little bit?
Just
I mean, I don't know. It does a lot to kind of show that the people that they're after also are keen in knowing that either they're onto them or someone could be onto them, and so I don't know. I kind of found like them to be a step ahead to be quite interesting. I just was curious as to how sophisticated are these guys. Eyes in the skies.
It does feel like there are a couple of times where Popeye is just stupidly obvious, and like you're like, you could have done anything other than what you were doing. Oh, they do a nice job.
There's a lot of subtleties that I can't articulate, but I think I just really like Gene Hackman on screen.
Yeah.
And his like little mannerisms, and even like, you're talking about he does some dumb things, but you can kind of tell like he is kind of boneheaded on purpose, like as an actor.
Right. As
this character doing this. And I don't know, I find that interesting.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be like the clever cop, but he's clearly a doofus.
Well, eventually they follow him around and they end up in a car. All the cops end up in a car together. And they kind of discuss their different findings and the different sort of travelings. Again, they're suspicious that something is... you know what? I will take back a little bit of what I said. I love the scene where the French guys are eating like really well in a nice, fancy, warm restaurant, and Hackman's just standing outside like freezing to death, eating like...
Spilling coffee on himself. Yeah.
He just seems so miserable. I do like that scene.
I mean, I think that's another thing that they do on purpose. They contrast these high society criminals to these technically low society narcotics cops who are, eating street food and hanging out in the cold and watching their criminals get away with it in a nice cozy restaurant.
Yeah, they're eating all kinds of... They're in fact, it's French food, right? So it's cuisine.
Is that right? I thought cuisine was French already.
Oh.
Cuisine?
Yeah. I don't know. You ever try those lean cuisines? They're not very French.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
No.
It's like eating cardboard. Yeah. Anyway.
It's like eating a mustache. Yeah.
So they follow him around. They meet up. They discuss their findings. They argue a little bit, and they're all still very suspicious. Now we're going to cut to a room with some chemistry set style stuff there. I don't know, beakers and bobbers.
This is exciting.
Whatever.
I like this part.
You like the part? Okay.
I like that there's a guy that is just the drug tester.
He's like the guy that I was most interested in the movie, because he's like,
I wanted a movie about him.
Science smart. He's also a dope addict, and he's just an interesting. I don't know, just an interesting character. But yeah,
it had flavors of like Breaking Bad.
Yeah, a little bit of that, and like he's just his interactions with the other characters. He seems like not bothered by the fact that they're these, drug lords or whatever.
He seems like they're creeped out by him.
He also looks like he could be Guy Pearce's dad. Like he looks like Guy Pearce kind of fell on tough times.
He looks like he could have been in A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. So anyway, he tests the drugs. They're real good drugs. That's the gist that we get out of this. So he gets to take some drugs with him as his payment, and Sal and Joel Weinstein are two kind of, Sal's the lower level guy, Joel's the money man, discuss the deal, and Joel knows that the police have been watching them somehow, probably has connections, he's bribed or whatever.
Eyes in the sky.
Eyes in the sky. Sal obviously doesn't know this, and he's like, listen, tell this guy, this Frenchman, to wait a little bit. We're going to make him wait a little bit so that we can make sure that the deal's above board. Sal's a little nervous that this is going to...
Yeah, he's not here to play games, all right? This is an important man. He's got plans. He can't just hang around gritty New York, dingy-ass New York City. Sorry.
Oh, woo.
Gross New York City.
Yeah.
He's got to get back to Marseille to that coat wife.
That coat wife. Dang, dude. Well, but I mean, there's not much Sal can do because he's not the money man. Joel's got the money, so he's just going to say, I'm not going to do it. So he tries to convince him otherwise, but that's kind of the way it is. Well, on the street, again, we're going to see Jimmy tailing Elaine, and there's just lots of
Popeye.
Popeye Jimmy.
How dare you?
There's just lots of walking. There's just so much walking. I bet they easily get their 10,000 steps a day. No wonder everybody in this movie and in the 70s was so skinny, because all they're doing is just walking around.
You done?
Yep. Well, Elaine eventually gives Jimmy the slip, heads into the subway, gets back up out of the subway. Jimmy's like sprinting from one. A lot of cat and mouse here. A lot of cat and mouse. Eventually, Elaine gives Jimmy the slip on the subway, and this is that Pink Panther scene we were talking about where he's going on.
This scene.
I do like this scene. I do like this. It is a good payoff after.
I
bored.
I think the reason that it doesn't bother me is because this scene, the build up it's worth it in the end.
Yeah,
because it kind of becomes a comedy of. It just becomes a comedy.
Yeah,
at that point.
pretty much. He kind of he does a little on and off the subway car. Jimmy jumps off. Elaine gets back on, and then he waves at him as he goes by because he's like,
yeah. Well, there's a whole point too where they get off and he goes over and he's like, I'm going to use the payphone, pretend I'm on the phone. And he hangs it up and he gets back on. Then he sees him get off. He gets off. He gets back on. He gets off. Then he goes over and he starts getting ice cream. So he wanders over, gets a little ice cream, and while he's eating ice cream, he sneaks back on and he gets run over. It's so good.
It's so good. And it turns out the reason that Elaine wanted to get away is that he needed to have a conversation with Sal. So he's going to do that in Washington, D.C. So they got out of New York so they could kind of have that meet. And basically, he relays to him, hey, Joel wants to wait a week. And he's like, I'm out of here on Frenchman. Elaine is like, I'm out of here by Friday, dude. You got to figure this out. That's your problem. You figure it out.
Kev, if you wanna talk global drug trade, and you're trying to get out of, you don't want the cops to listen in. Mm-hmm. You just escaped one in a subway. It took you 45 minutes to even get on the A train. Are you going to go to one of the more surveilled cities in the world in the national park in front of the Capitol building to meet and talk about it? Or why don't you just say, hey, why don't you just meet me in I don't know, Louisville?
I don't know.
Let's meet in Poughkeepsie.
I don't know.
Why do we
Travis,
have to meet here?
There seems to be plenty of criminals getting away with things in Washington, D.C., if you know what I mean.
Ain't that a fact?
Woo!
Ain't that a fact?
Woo! Woo! Yeah, I would probably go somewhere less public. And they're they're not
you
even.
can meet at the Walmart in D.C.
Well, yeah, there's not even a tree they can stand behind. It's just anybody can see them talking. And sure enough,
and they do. I'm pretty sure somebody's taking pictures of them.
Yep,
yeah.
They do end up getting surveilled. So we do know that they've had a convo, and we see Elaine hopping on a plane with Pierre, and they just basically discuss the deal. They say, "Look, we're gone at the end of the week, and also let's kill Popeye. Let's kill Jimmy. He seems like a real
kind of
problem.
Annoying.
Yeah." And Pierre's like, "Okay, well, that's fine. I can do that."
Pierre already killed a man holding bread earlier. How hard could it be?
Yeah, how hard could it be? Maybe even Popeye will be holding a snack when he does it. So we're going to cut away.
He does look like, Pierre does look a little bit like Putin full bald.
Yeah. Like he's still holding on to a vestige of having
Putin.
some hair. Yeah. His hairline is the scariest thing about him, for sure. We cut to a car accident, and I'm not sure why they staged this at a car accident other than just they thought it was good texture for the scene. But
that's what cops do, man. They do car accidents sometimes. That's
true. They have a straight up argument that leads to a physical altercation about the case, and the boss throws them off the case. He's like, "You guys are done. This investigation is over." And so that probably would have worked out for the French fellers, but they decide to go full sniper.
By the way, I just want to point out that when I read "Girl on a Bike," there is a scene of a little girl on a tricycle that I thought we were talking about until I looked it up. So I just want to clear up. That's what I thought we were dealing with. I did not know it was the handcuff lady. So,
well, anyway, poor Popeye, who's kind of a jerk, is walking through a courtyard, and a sniper tries to take him out, but shoots a lady with a baby carriage instead.
Dude, how bad is the sniper? How bad is that sniper?
Not good.
He waited until he was behind a lady with a baby carriage to blow her brains out.
This guy clearly has not played Call of Duty. All right, he does not.
He was in the wide open for 20 yards.
Yeah, he was. I think it's way more dramatic to just shoot a mom with a baby carriage, though. So Popeye does a military style roll to hide behind a tree that should not actually be able to give him enough cover that the guy still couldn't shoot him. He then sprints to the side of the building, or rolls actually to the side of the building, and then runs up to the roof of the building, and the sniper is gone. He sees the gun and some shell casings there, and he looks down, and he sees this murderer who's just murdered a lady with a baby carriage. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad stuff. You know what I mean?
Not great.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Running.
I would say that's worse than anything that Popeye's done.
Oh, yeah, way worse. Yeah, for sure. That we know about.
I'm glad you agree.
That we know about.
So far, yeah.
That we know about. So anyway, it's Pierre, by the way, has run to the train station, and he kind of gets on the train. And there's a lot that happens during this scene, and I'll just try to... It's much more exciting. This is probably the most action-heavy, exciting portion of the movie. You're like, my God.
Yeah, this was apparently mind-blowing for its time. Because, I mean, this is before special effects. This is a pretty intense chase scene. It does last a while, to detractors' credit. But it doesn't quit in a kind of fun way. And also, too, and I was reading a little bit about it and watching some, like, a little bit of behind the scenes. William Friedkin, apparently kind of a jerk himself, didn't get a permit from the city to do this. And so they just kind of did it. And so there are a couple things in here where, like, Gene Hackman hits the wall, the concrete wall. That wasn't supposed to happen. A car clips him, like T-bones him in the intersection. They kept that in. That was just a guy driving to work.
Oh, jeez.
So there's apparently a lot of little things like that. And some of that could be played up for mythos and rumor. But the truth is that it was a very unsafe environment. And in fact, the studio... freaking lied about like what they were doing with a lot of the scenes, but word got around that it was too intense, so the studio said, okay, whatever footage you have for that scene is done. It took 5 weeks to shoot it, and then they just shut it down. They're like, take what you got. They had enough.
Yeah, I would hope so after 5 weeks, you know.
But yeah, it's certainly something to appreciate. I think it's a big, like a kind of an important piece of cinema, this chase.
It does for the most. I kind of dogged on it a little bit, but it does for the most part hold up. And it is, if it was like just a few minutes shorter, or just a little less of him just angrily driving a car, I think it would.
Well, maybe they did need more scenes. Maybe they did need to shoot a little longer then.
Yeah, maybe. If it's just a little tighter, by modern standards. Again, we're looking at this with like from a more modern perspective. But although I have watched a lot of '70s movies, and they
used a stunt driver for some of it, but for some of it they did use Gene Hackman, and he's just like white knuckling it. Like the look of fear on his face is real. I'm about to hit a man going to work in a Pontiac. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Popeye chases Pierre to the subway station. Pierre manages to get on the train. I guess it's not a subway because it's above ground, but anyway, to the train.
Yeah, it's like
and takes off, and he ends up needing the train not to stop at the next station because he knows that Popeye is chasing him. So he puts a gun on I guess it's the whoever's at the back of the train's the brake operator. I don't know how trains work.
The caboose engineer. I don't know. I made that up.
But people were the security guy on the train was suspicious of him, so he kind of follows him, and eventually he's going to get to the back. And what's happening is kind of cutting back and forth. You've got Popeye just railing through the city, whipping around on this car. He gets in 2 different accidents, drives through some barrels, almost runs over another lady with a baby carriage. There are so many people with baby carriages in this movie. Eventually,
I think a man died in the recording of the scene too.
Really?
Or nearly did. Maybe, I don't know. I was reading about it. There was a near death or an actual death. I know those are 2 very different things.
Yeah,
but
that's way different.
There was an incident that I think was the reason that they shut it down.
Dang, dude. Well, anyway, the security guy gets shot by Pierre as he's hustling back to commandeer the train so that it can't stop. He manages to successfully commandeer it. He tells him not to stop, and tells the guy to keep going. So he's like, "I can't. That's a bad idea. we're on a schedule, so like we're just gonna run into the back. He's like, shut up, keep driving. Okay, sounds good. I'm at the back of this thing. I'm probably gonna be fine. So eventually, another dude. I don't know if he's security or what, but he's like. He sees the security officer on the train shot dead and says, I'm going to have a word with this man. And like,
he does have that attitude like, I cannot, but on my last day before vacation.
Right? Yeah. So he goes back there to give this guy a piece of his mind. He's like, hey, man, put down the gun. And Pierre just shoots him. He just shoots him.
Yeah.
And so he essentially sets up this accident with the train car. It eventually crashes into another train car. He falls down. Doesn't seem to be injured at all. He just seems to get...
No.
He's like, my head hurts. The train wrecked.
Ow.
So he gets off of the train. And this is right about the time that Popeye has gotten to the station that's crashed. Popeye sees him kind of staggering down the stairs. He does a whole like freeze, don't move deal. And the guy, you know what he does, Travis?
What do you do, Kev?
He moves.
Do you freeze?
He moved. No,
Oh,
he
come
moves.
on. You can't do that. He said stoplight. He didn't say green light. He said stoplight.
It's amateur. And he shoots the guy in the back and kills him as he's running away. Which, to be fair, the guy has murdered several people. It's probably a good idea to stop him. So I'm not.
Yeah, let's go ahead and shoot that guy in the back.
In this
I'm
instance, I'm not. I don't think shooting people in the back is good. Maybe he could have tried to shoot him in the butt cheek. Nobody's running if they get shot in the butt cheek.
No one's going for the legs like they should.
But he does it. It's hard to shoot a leg. You ever try to shoot a leg?
Is it really?
Yeah, it's tough.
all the time in video games. Is that not the same thing as real life?
No, real life is way harder. They're moving.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, they're moving.
Yeah, a lot of times. This actually just makes me want to watch a better movie called The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
I hate you so much. That is a good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a better train movie. Okay, it's train centric. This
sure.
has just got a little bit of train in it. Okay, and it does pretty good with a little bit of train it has.
You know what?
Hear it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's adequate train. It's adequate train.
Thank you.
Well, eventually they're back on the case now because stupidly trying to murder a police officer gets the police real interested in investigating. So
every time.
Weird that it does that. Well, Claudia follows Sal into a garage. Sal has picked up Henry, the famous TV guy's car, out of this garage and is driving it around town. He eventually finds a spot that looks... I don't know. Everywhere in New York looks terrible. There's just...
It's gross.
It's
also raining every day.
It reminds me of... like the wastelands around. I don't know if you played Cyberpunk 2077, but like the wastelands around the outside of Night City is kind of what New York in the 60s reminds me of. So the
like
Fallout 3, very Fallout 3, just with more hot dog vendors.
Oh, a lot more hot dogs.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Well, anyway, they surveil the car that is now parked on the side of the street, and it takes quite a while. You got some street hockey going on. Then you start seeing a car cruise. Yeah, well, they listen to the best of Travis sings the 70s.
All night long. Well, I'm just saying they're there all night.
Oh yeah, they're there all night. There's a street hockey game. Eventually, it dies down, but they keep seeing this same white car drive by a few times. Eventually, the guys get out of that car and go over to this car that's on the street, and it's unclear to me whether they were just trying to steal parts off of the car or if they're connected with the drug deal. It could go either way here. So they get arrested basically for trying to steal these parts, but they could also be the guys that were supposed to get the drugs out of the car. We don't entirely know.
I think they were just trying to steal it. I think and there might even be a line in there somewhere like these guys were just trying to lift it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't. These are not the guys they're looking for.
No, they're definitely not. So those guys get arrested. They're like, well, shucks, the whole darn thing is ruined. So they decide to take the French celebrity's car back to police HQ and just rip it apart to see if they can find the drugs in it.
Got Irv on the case. Irv's been ripping cars apart looking for drugs his entire life. That's why they made him the mechanic at the police office.
I gotta say,
like, Irv, do it for a living.
Irv's terrible at his job.
Yeah, especially when they got to the end and they were like, all right, Irv, the weight's coming out where the car is rated for this amount of weight, but when we weigh all the parts, it comes out to this amount of weight. So something's wrong. It's got to be in there, Irv. And he's like, well, the only thing I didn't look at's the rocker panels. And I was like, well, why the fuck, Irv? Sorry,
Travis.
But you know,
yeah,
Irv.
that was exactly my. Well, also, I want to call out that for most of the time they're ripping the car apart, Gene Hackman's character keeps his fedora on. I love that he's just turning on a wrench, keeping the fedora on. But yeah, eventually they're like, oh, we tore everything apart except for the last thing that we decided not to tear apart. Okay, great. Guess where the drugs were, Travis? Guess where the drugs were?
They were in the rocker panels. And you know what? The real story that this is based on, that's also like the whole crux of it was that they were hiding in the rocker panels. Like that is the crux. That's where they hid it.
I'm sorry, are you saying the crust like of a baguette?
I keep saying the crux as if it's going to add levity to what I'm saying, but apparently it was a big enough deal in the book. They were like, oh, we got to make a movie about them hiding drugs in the rocker panels. And they did.
Nice. The French television star Henry shows up and he wants his car, so he ends up waiting there a long time, long enough for them to find the drugs and then reassemble his car with the drugs in it, as they're going to, which that has, that takes longer, dude. Like, it's one thing to tear something apart, but putting it back together just takes too long.
Especially because they had to undo welding and crap.
Ah, yeah, welding crap, dude. So gross. Smells terrible, and it's fixed in place.
Yeah.
So anyway, they get the car back to Henry, and he kind of heads out. He gets back to the hotel. I guess he puts the car in the garage, maybe at the hotel, whatever. He gets his car. Elaine doesn't exactly tell him what's going on, but he's like, you need to take this car somewhere for me. You need to do a favor for me. And he's like, Henry's like, I'm out. I'm not doing nothing for you, bro. I don't want nothing to do with this. This is real shady. He's like, there's a lot of money in it. He's like, no, I'm out. He's
like, have we done the same?
So eventually, Elaine goes, all right, fine. So he goes and steals the car with the drugs in it. He steals Henry's car, and meets Sal and associates, Sal Boca and his brother, which we mentioned like all of one times. But he's kind of like the goober of the crew. He's like...
is he the Pattison?
Yeah, no, he doesn't look like... maybe he does. Maybe that was him, actually. And I was Anyway, Elaine meets up with Sal and associates at a garage in the middle of nowhere. They pull the drugs out of the rocker panels. They test them. Again, they test well. They exchange money. Drug deal's done. All right.
Whew,
so
we're good to go.
Life's looking pretty good at this point. So if you're on team French drug dealer. So he hops back in the car and is riding back with Sal. After, they hide the drugs in like a chimney or something. And, everybody's like, that was great. This is going to be...
They're really good at hiding drugs, man. They know where to put them.
Oh, one thing I did forget to mention is this is like $32 million worth of drugs. And that's
a lot of money.
That's a lot of money for 19. It's a lot of money now, frankly.
Yeah, it's like $17 billion now.
at least. So anyway, as they're driving back into the city after this drug deal has been done, that's when the police decide to ambush them on a bridge. So we get a little bit of a police chase.
Yeah, get that bottleneck. It's not a bad plan.
Why didn't they just follow them?
Choke point.
Why didn't they just follow them?
Can't scatter on a bridge.
Why didn't they just follow them and catch them with the drugs? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Because it's dingy over there. It's so gross. Did you see that place?
I did see that place.
Of metal. It's so disgusting. Ugh.
And eventually,
good thing we won't have to go back there.
Travis, bad news. They do. They have to go back.
Oh no!
Yep. They end up chasing the baddies back to the trash dump hideout, and the Frenchman seems to be the only smart guy. He's like, I'm not gonna run in that building. I'm gonna run the way the police can't find me. I'm going that way. So he runs to a separate building. Sal and his associates run in a garage. his brother jumps off the roof. I don't know why his brother was on the roof. I can't tell you why.
Why was he on the roof?
Yeah. Maybe that's his special place. Like he
the weirdest part was he went wee when he jumped off. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if he was saying yes or I don't know.
It's the mysteries, It's the mysteries in the movie. It's what makes it feel so real, is you don't understand everything.
It's the thing about this movie. It does feel real.
Well, they start a shootout. Jimmy somehow telepathically knows which way the Frenchman went. So he runs after, Popeye runs after Elaine.
He could smell the cologne.
That's probably what he can smell, the fresh baked French bread. Man, you ever do a French bread pizza? That's so good, dude. Man,
it's so good. I give them a hard time, but I like their breads.
They're really good. Well, he goes into this probably the worst looking place I've ever seen. They're like,
it's gross.
How gritty can we get? Can we burn this place down and then take it? Oh, sorry, Travis.
Oh, Kev,
sorry.
Come on.
Oh, man.
Jesus. Ow.
This is rough.
It is disgusting, though. Like, I watch a lot of just, those videos on YouTube of like 22-year-old dudes without respiratory masks walking through old abandoned buildings and getting cancer.
Yeah.
This is worse than anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where they...
Set work in 1971, pretty good.
I don't know what this place did either, if it was like a slaughterhouse or what it was before...
I don't know. It looked like it got hit by a bomb.
It really does. This looks like, First World War II Europe, man. Anyway, there's a shootout with Sal's crew and the police, and Sal runs out into the gunfire and gets shot in the tummy. Everybody else kind of surrenders. Oh, it's also Cloudy with a shotgun. He shoots him in the tummy with a shotgun. Like, there's no...
Yeah, he jumps out of the window spread eagle for some reason, too. He did a full, he also said we. It must be a family thing.
That's what it was.
I don't know what it is. Like, if you're running from the cops, don't jump out of the window and make yourself bigger.
That's terrible. That's not such a great idea. Well, we cut back to the warehouse / slaughterhouse / dingy industrial facility that Popeye is chasing Elaine through. He's positive that he's in there. Cloudy comes in, nearly gets shot.
Can nearly get shot, and you're thinking, okay,
thank goodness.
That's the only accident we're going to. That's the only friendly fire we're going to get today.
Yeah, surely Popeye learned his lesson and will be more careful with the targets that he aims a gun and pulls a trigger at. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. He shoots Bill. You remember Bill? You remember Bill, don't you?
Do you think Popeye did that one on purpose?
He might have.
He was like, "Oh, that's Bill!" Bang, bang, bang.
Oh, it was an accident. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, my bad. Because he shoots him like he empties, full 6 rounds into the guy out of his revolver.
It's like the first shot was on accident, and then the other 2 were because it was Bill. Oh no! Oh, it's Bill! Bang, 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 bang. Clip, 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 clip.
Well, he is at this point, man. His adrenaline is flowing. He's just killed Bill. Cloudy's like, "Hey, man,
feeling pretty good.
Settle down." He's like, "No, I know that Elaine, that Frenchman's in here. I'm gonna find him." So he runs off into another.
Also, Bill's dead face,
hilarious,
amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
It
looks like they were like, do your best, like do a fun little Abbott Costello, do a little Hardy, do a little something fun for the kids.
You think he went? Heh! Like, as he laid down dead, like he had to make a little noise to sell it.
I just don't know why the man had to die cross-eyed. I don't feel like that was part of his character.
No, people died cross-eyed in the 70s. That's how it works.
Did they? Oh, yeah. It was the 70s?
Yeah, dude. I think it was all the artificial sweetener in the drinks they were using then. Well, anyway, Popeye heads off to the other side of the warehouse. We hear a gunshot, and it goes to black. And then, so we don't know what happened exactly, and then they just tell us what happened during the credits, which this is so stupid.
I didn't like, this is the part of the movie I don't like. I don't like this, I don't mind these if it's, like, far future.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're telling me what happened after the screen went black in the next 10 minutes, I'm getting mad.
This movie...
You could have just showed that.
And there's a couple of things, because what can happen is, the studio wants a certain ending to the movie to maybe meet, like, ethical and moral guidelines. I think that's out the window in the 70s. This movie, I don't know why they made this choice. If it had just been a gunshot, we don't know who got shot, and that's the end of the movie, that would have been a really cool ending to this movie. What they did was almost that. So if you're watching it and you hear the shot and then we just spoiled it for you. Sorry, whatever. Anyway, turn the movie off then. But we get a cut and it just kind of tells us what happens. Joel Weinstock, he's the money guy. Of course he got off. Lack of evidence. He didn't go to jail. Angie, Lou, and Henry all went to jail as accomplices in this thing, which is hilarious. Henry went because he's the one guy. He had no idea. Like, he literally was innocent. And then Elaine.
Just a mule.
He got away, and he's living somewhere in French country with his beautiful camera-wielding, fur coat-given wife, and Cloudy and Popeye just got transferred to another division. And that's it.
Yeah, Popeye now responsible for the deaths of 2 other policemen. Just gonna get reassigned to some other policemen. if you're in another division, they're like, your Popeye Doyle's transferred in. Like, oh no, oh God, no.
No, I've seen the job that police officers were doing in the 70s, and I would not want it. So they're probably like, we can't hire nobody else. We just got to move him.
Yeah,
put him somewhere else.
I guess so.
I will say, in the Bill situation, that was a pretty understandable, friendly fire. And I can't remember if Bill actually fired at them first. I don't know if it was a Han Solo situation.
I don't think so. I think Bill
so?
just popped out, just did a little bit of a peekaboo.
He goes, hey, guys! Bad choice.
Yeah.
Bad choice, Bill.
Hey, it's me, Bill.
Well, that's it. We watched Walking Simulator, the movie.
I hate you.
It was really super exciting. That one car chase was good, though, dude. That was really good.
Dude, the car chase, the ins and outs of the subway was good. You know what? You know the thing that really just does this for me? It's just anytime Gene Hackman's on screen. I love his swagger in this movie. I love his confidence, and the role that he's playing is not typical for him at this time period in his career. And another fun fact that I learned, apparently he was the last possible person that William Friedkin wanted to cast for this role. He tried tons and tons of different dudes, which I had the list in front of me, but a lot of A-listers from the 70s, and even a few guys maybe the dad from Everybody Loves Raymond, I think was one of them.
Peter Boyle?
It's like maybe not him. Also, they even asked Bob Egan if he would play himself. And he's like, they even tried that for a little bit, and they were like, nah, I don't think he doesn't have the chops for that kind of role. And they kept, Gene Hackman auditioned for it, and the studio was like, you got to do Hackman. And Friedkin was like, no, I don't think he's got it in him. I think he's too soft to be in this role. And then I feel like Hackman showed him up, dude, and he was gritty as all get out, to the point that I don't know if the book has a sequel, but the movie does have. There's a French Connection too. A lot of people find it to be somehow worse than this one, if they already didn't like this one. I think they're pretty even, but the second one, even more Gene Hackman being gritty. It's so dark. It's so much darker than this one. And I don't know. I feel like this movie just made me really fall in love with Gene Hackman. So my judgment of the movie is very clouded by one man.
Is it Roy Scheider because he played Cloudy?
It's not him.
Oh.
I just said Gene Hackman 10 times.
I zoned out somewhere in the middle there, so it's good.
You just bored all the time. You don't listen to nothing. Do I need subtitles when I speak to you?
Are you speaking in French again?
Oh my God.
No, I agree with you. Gene Hackman gives a strong performance in this movie. I mean, he's better in other movies that I like him in, but he does give a strong performance in this. And I kind of, like I said, I've been, for a little bit for fun, just kind of dogging on this movie, but it's great. I mean, it really reminds me of a lot of the crime television shows of the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of shot. And Friedkin does do some interesting stuff. There in a single steady cam used in this movie. It's all shaky cam, over the shoulder through
the old Dutch angle.
Yeah, the old Dutch reach around angle. You know what I mean? Well, Anyway, how about some of those post-credit reviews?
Oh, I'd love to give them to you when I find the screen that has them. Now, okay, here we go. Post-credit reviews.
We got a 5.5 or 4.5. I'm sorry, from Preet, September of last year. Half the stuff in this movie could have been avoided if Mr. Popeye here wasn't constantly outsmarted by public transportation. Ain't that the truth?
Great observation. Absolutely great observation.
Oh, I have the list of dudes that were cast ahead of Gene Hackman.
Oh, let's do
Paul Newman, Jackie Gleason, Peter Boyle, columnist Jimmy Breslin, who had never acted before. They tried to get him ahead of Gene Hackman. Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, Robert Meacham, Lee Marvin, James Caan, and Rod Taylor.
I mean, I could see some of those for sure. Like, Charles
but none
Bronson,
of them wanted
right? But Jackie Gleason? Are you serious?
Jackie Gleason.
That would have been
And Peter Boyle.
way different movie. Peter Boyle did some more serious roles, before the Young Frankenstein and, Everybody Loves Raymond, all that stuff. But, wow, that's funny. That's really funny. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good
I feel like Gene Hackman just, after you see it, you're like, I can't imagine anybody else doing it. I know that's true for just about every movie, but
yeah,
you know what I mean.
He nailed it.
You get what I'm dropping down. Those are the only person that loved it with a spoiler.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people weren't spoiling the movie that loved it because they have honor. Now, we have a 3 stars here from Locky. This is back in January of this year. I like the part where Gene Hackman grabs Roy Scheider and says, "I'll give you a damn French connection, mon chéri," and they kiss, even though you can kind of tell their hearts aren't in it. Otherwise, I didn't like it as much as I really wanted to.
You know what? I take it back. This movie's more exciting than I thought.
Yeah, I love that part. 2.5 from Milos with a skull and a lightning bolt. Very cool, guys. September of 2023. I appreciate the good acting and well-shot scenes, but I found it to be a boring and slow-paced movie about 2 detectives following and running around throughout the entire film. The subway scene was great, and the car chase was excellent, but the rest is pretty average. Is that you, Kev? Did you rate that?
That's pretty close. No. I think this movie is above average, and I think it did a lot of things that were influential for other movies that came after it that I may like better. But no, this movie is definitely above average. It's good performances, good action. The story's okay, but I think the movie, as the kids say, is more of a vibe.
It's a cultured movie. It's got French right in the title.
I know, right? That's got at least check that one box for us. Woo!
1/2 star from Griffin. This is another one of Kevin's aliases. This is from December of 2022. If you like watching people tailing suspects, then this is your film. Nothing but tailing and one cool car chase. Everyone's a little bit excited about the car chase. I do like
good.
that.
It's pretty good.
No matter how much you hate it, everyone's like, "But the car chase was all right."
That's pretty good. I probably should take my opinion back about it being a little too long because apparently it's just long enough.
Yeah, Kev. That's what she wish you'd say sometimes. 1/2 star from OK TikTok, another one of Kev's aliases. August 2023. Watching racist cops run around the city harassing people, shooting unarmed men while not on the case, and then shooting other cops with 0 repercussions. So fun.
I mean,
all right. Come on.
That is what happens in the movie. That is 100%.
Can we not make a movie about that, though? Can we not?
I mean, you know what? I would rather there be a movie made about it than it happen in real life.
Am I wrong?
No.
Am I right?
No, you're
Which
right.
one am I?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where you're landing on this one, honestly.
I just like the movie. I think it's a fun thing to watch. I don't want to, I'm not rooting for him. I'm not like, get him, Doyle, hell yeah! Woo!
You just like Gene Hackman, man. I get it. I
love him. I love Gene Hackman. What can I say? I'm a Hackmanite. Rest in peace, big guy. I love you so much.
Oh, yeah. God, he was so good in Unforgiven. You remember how good he was in Unforgiven?
I remember how good he was in The Replacements. This is, by the way, Gene Hackman. We got Unforgiven, The Replacements, and this. Is he tied with Swayze?
At least tied, yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. We should get a Hoosiers in here, too. That's a pretty good one.
Ooh.
Like Hoosiers? Yeah. I knew that was going to tickle you. Ooh, a little Hoosiers.
Love a Hoosier. Yeah, and the conversation's not bad, but you would think it's boring.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll try that one. Is there if there's a car chase in it. With a budget of $1.8 million, The French Connection went on to have a box office of around $51 million and gained 8 Oscar nominations, winning 5 of them, including Best Actor for Gene Hackman and Best Director for Friedkin. Now, when you think gritty 70s crime movie, you probably think of The French Connection. It really set the standard for what was to come after in the genre. Despite half the movie being people walking around following each other, it manages to ratchet up the tension for the third act. Make some bold choices, like the accidental killing of another officer by Popeye, in his fervor to get the suspect. Rather than offering a traditional hero, the film presents complex, deeply flawed characters who feel and behave much more like real people. Combined with its naturalistic style and handheld shaky camera work, The French Connection still feels remarkably fresh, even in 2026. Maybe
well
a little
said,
boring.
Kev. I said well said before you said that part.
Oh, so I thought you were saying well said to the board.
No.
Again,
No.
I'm just having some fun, Travis. I'm just having a little fun. We know this is a good movie. I mean, it won more Academy Awards than I won, which is
It did.
so many more.
It did win. It won so many that even I'm like, I mean, 5?
Is that really?
It was pretty good. I mean, come on. I don't know if it was that good. What was it up against? All right. Well, folks, if you enjoy this podcast and you enjoyed this episode, you can catch me on lots of other podcasts like Polykill and Drunk Friend, and gosh, there's so many more. But you can catch that over on Poly Media Network, which is what in the fart beef? A subsidiary of Haley Bechtel Incorporated LLC. What the? You already put that in?
Travis, just keep rolling, buddy. This is the end. Come on.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, all rights reserved. Okay, interesting. Ooh. You can catch Kevin over on the Board Game Podcast of Blue Peg Pink Peg. You can catch us both on stage with the Big Lick Conspiracy along with Haley doing improv comedy. If you want to keep us chasing those Frenchmen, support the show on Patreon as the Polymedia Network. And we have to give our pal Harvest Black a shout and thank him for that gritty noir of a theme song. And just like our Uncle Doug always says,
Why, you want to play hide the salami with his old lady?